Man, it's the bye week. We get a break of going ahead and not having to watch any BS going on in the Commanders world. It's just we get a break. No injuries gonna be made this week. We can actually just not have to worry about losing. It's just a time to just step away from the game. Let players heal. Let players just go ahead and get themselves together, take a break from it all, reset. But here at Off the Bench, we still got questions that need to be answered. And without further ado, let's just get straight to it.
What's up, this B-Miss, man? Check out Off the Bench anytime you get a chance.
Hey, off the bench, it's 89. Check it out.
What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We on the road to 1,000 subs, so if you can please, before we get started, hit that like, share, comment in the comment section, and be sure to hit that bell so you can be abreast of what's next, guys. Yeah, it's it's bye week. It's a bye week this week. We don't have to play anybody. Thank God. We could just sit back and enjoy football that we have nothing to deal with. We can actually just take a break from it all. Take away from the break. Take a break away from the stress, the drama that's going on. Well, not really drama. It's more so just like, hey, we dealing with some BS right now, and yeah, it's just we can actually just go ahead and just reset. Just how the Commanders should be doing right now. Um, Guys, so again, I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties over here on the side, so I'm sorry, but yeah, we're back on it. So yes, um, before we get into it, because I've been doing a shitload of overtime this past for the last couple weeks, and it took a toll on me. So this past week, I wasn't really able to go ahead and talk about the game this week, but I'm gonna do a quick rundown on the game. And if you're in the comment section, Lil C White, appreciate you stopping through. He says, "What up, Big Herb? It looks like Jaden Daniels is going to play next week, and I'm not very excited about it because he needs to sit and avoid from being out all of next year." We're going to get into that because there's a I have to recap the game and everything, so because it's been I'm tired. I need a bye week. so we're gonna get straight into the recap, and I'm gonna do just a quick recap on it. Number one, the defense was taken over by Dan Quinn, head coach, because Joe Witt Jr. He's got his play calling duties taken away from him. He got demoted. He didn't get fired. So the players were able to go ahead, and they did a lot better on defense this week. Now it was the offense at times that couldn't get the job done versus a 3-7 Dolphins team who showed many a times how bad it was. Um, I do believe that they had some good spots in there, and I do also believe the defense had great spots in there. Two goal line defense shutdowns. I thought it was very good, but also there was those moments to where it was just like, here it comes. Something's gonna happen, and it wasn't the defense's fault. You held the team to 13 points in regulation, and it is what it is. Went to overtime. Marcus Mariota threw an on the first play from scrimmage, threw an interception. 3 plays later, kick field goal, win the game. Um, there was a lot to take from this game. But I don't want to get into it because number one, I'm about 4 days late from it. I'm just emotionally just like done with it. You could throw the whole season away if you ask me. We lost to a 3-17. We're not good at all. We're not good. It's just we're not good at all. It's a bad team playing another bad team overseas because we were. I mean, in the beginning of the season, we was actually looking forward to this game. Like, hey, man, JD is gonna be. He's gonna because he's a star. He's gonna go ahead and actually be. The whole world gets to see him at this point, and it was just like something like he's the first to play in Spain and everything. Yeah, and then that shit happened. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm also looking at it from the standpoint of it just like, hey, at this point, I'm looking at tankathon.com, and we went from number 8 to number 7 because the Dolphins beat us, and they were number 7, so they get the number 8 pick now. So that is where I am emotionally at right now. I don't care what other people say as far as like you shouldn't be tanking games. Well, dude, I made peace with it because I've been watching this team be ass for years. So if you can get me another way to go ahead and just reset the season at midway point to where everybody is 0-0, and then we could try to fight back and everything like that and get a playoff spot and then go ahead and do it, be my guest. Tell me what else we can do because there's nothing else that I can think of because I'm just tired of it. I mean, and there was something that the head coach, what's his name? Damn it, I'm losing my train of thought. He was the old Alabama coach, Nick Saban. Said the other day, said a while back. He said that success, and I may be getting the phrase messed up. Success is the hampers the building of your team. So quick success is what I mean by it. And I know I got the whole entire phrase butchered, but at the same time, I understood the meaning behind it. Quick success dampers rebuilding because you look at a situation where it's just like, hey, we went to the NFC Championship last year, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, damn, we can go ahead and do this. We can go ahead and we're right there at the cusp. We're 60 minutes away from the Super Bowl. Let's go ahead and just put all our chips in and everything. And let's win this. Let's go ahead and get it. Only problem was we crapped out. So, I mean, it's just like, hey, this is just the situation that you dealt with. Lil C. White says, the comment section, unfortunately for us, is we will have to be watching getting embarrassed by the Broncos on Sunday night. Hopefully we don't though. Here's the one thing I can honestly say as far as that game is concerned. If we can be competitive, that makes me want to watch football. At this point, I'm only watching the game right now to go ahead and talk to you guys about it so I can build this channel. I do love this team, but they disappoint me all the time. They've been disappointing me for over 30 years at this point. I've been through the ups, I've been through the downs. I haven't been to the mountaintop in 91. I was in first grade. I ain't know shit about football. I was just a Redskins fan because my dad told me to root for the Redskins. I didn't realize how much I would love this team at that age. I didn't realize that we were going to be going through the dark times of being a Commander fan. I didn't realize that it was going to be everything that I've ever wanted, but then culminate into like you go from the highest of highs to the lowest of low in one off season. And then it gets to a point to where it's just like, man, back to the drawing board. And I mean, but we also got to realize that, hey, last year, although great, we did not have a good roster put together. We just didn't. We have a situation where it's just like, hey, you had a great season last year. JD5, he was great. You have a future that actually can be something in for the league, not just for us, but for the NFL. He's gonna be great. But also, you have to put pieces around him. You just can't go ahead and just assume that everything is going to happen. And I mean, you look at last year, a lot of the games that we won were very close. We got very close games, and then all of a sudden, boom, injury bugs. Injury bug just goes out of nowhere and just decapitates a whole entire season. So, yeah, it's just it takes out the whole season for you, and then all of a sudden you're back to square one. And you see a team like the Bears, who congrats to them, fuck their fans. I just like well, not all their fans, some of their fans. The trolls is what I'm talking about. It's you see the situation with them where they needed that whole entire situation to go bad for that team to be good. And I've said it on I'm gonna say it on Lake Lewis show last week. You have situations to where like, hey, maybe an injury, maybe a situation like this, it's for the good. And that you can only be optimistic about it because I mean, just living in a damper situation is for the good. What the hell is going on? And then you can only be optimistic about it because I mean, just living in a damper situation is for the good. What the hell is going on? And then you can only be optimistic about it because I mean, just living in a damper situation. What's going on, guys? And then you can only be optimistic about it because I mean, just living in a damper situation. What's going on, guys? And then you can only be optimistic about it because I mean, oh my. I do not know what's going on, guys. So please. I do not know what's going on, guys. So please. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna have to shut this down for real quick and then bring it right back. So please stay tuned. Thanks. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna have to shut this down. Test. If you guys can hear me in the comment section, please let me know. If you guys can. Okay. I think I found out what happened. Yes, getting back to the whole entire situation. I do think that this was a situation where it's like, because we dealt with so many injuries, we was able to bounce back from it. So we didn't have to deal with any injuries last year. So I think that's what happened as far as with us. It's just a situation that we had to go through. And just getting back on here is I remember what I was saying. We had a situation to where it was like, look, we have to go through these injuries in order to bounce back and actually be good once again. You look at a situation, and granted, this is not the NFL. This is not these are two sports that had nothing to do with football. You look at it from the standpoint of this. When Steven Strasburg of the Washington Nationals, pitcher, for you guys who don't know, he went through Tommy John surgery, which is like an ACL tear for pitchers in their arms, and I want to say in their elbow. It's pretty much like it's the worst thing that could possibly happen. And he came back the following season, and they wanted to keep him on a pitch count. And the team was like, "Hey, look, we understand that we are good this year, and we want to go ahead and make sure that we're going to go ahead and not throw you out there in a situation where you're going to be hampered by it." So what they did was, even though they made it to the playoffs, they shut him down. And it was the right move because eventually his career went on. He became a multiple-time All-Star and then eventually a World Series MVP. And so it works out in the better. And that's why I say I feel like we should go ahead and sit JD because it's no use. There's nothing else to fight for at this point. Go ahead and make sure that he can heal up for next season and go on about his business. And then you have a situation to where it's like, hey, you look at the San Antonio Spurs. The year before Tim Duncan was drafted, you had MVP candidate David Robinson, who the Admiral. He was one of the 50 greatest players, or 75 now because we're at 75 now. Greatest players of all time. He was able to. Now, unfortunately for him, he got hurt, and then all of a sudden came back. And but when he got hurt, he was pretty much out the whole entire season. The season went to shit. Everything was bad. So what happened was he jumped back and he eventually they were so bad that season that they end up getting a high draft pick in the lottery. And they messed around and got the number 1 pick. Now, hey, it's the NBA. I hate the draft lottery. That's a whole different story. But getting back to it is that you had a situation to where it was they picked up David Robinson is a Hall of Famer, and you put him with the greatest power forward of all time. So with the lining of us dropping draft picks and everything, hopefully our draft capital will get better if we have a high draft pick. You trade it away, get some better picks, and then everything will work out for the best. So, I mean, you have to look at the bad. You have to look with the good with the bad, unfortunately. And hopefully we can have that type of success. You look at it from the standpoint of, like I said, the injury. Yeah, just said JD. Everybody's hurt. You are officially 3-8. Even if you get back and tie and go 9-8. I mean, you at this point, you're not going to make the playoffs because it's so many good teams in the NFC, and every single one of them will have to lose. Mathematically, you're still in the race, but you're not. Come on, let's be real. And it's just unfortunate, man. It's gotten to a point to where it's just like you got to let it go. Stop trying to put him out there to hurt himself because here's the thing: you don't have all your receivers together. We don't know. Then you have to look at it from the standpoint of this, where it's just like, hey, not only do I not have all my draft picks to get my receivers together, I have no running game because everybody knows that we can't really run the ball like that. We get all our running yards from what's the name? From scrambles and shit at this point. C-Rod is pretty much the only good running game that we have. McNichols is a good is another good option for him to go ahead and run back off and everything. And yeah, man, it's a crappy situation that we're dealing with this year. But hopefully we could get some, because we don't have a lot of draft capital. If we drop all these games and everything, then we have to worry about possibly just like, hey, we just have to look, it's the bye week. And I mean, and that's why I said, like, next up is the bye week. At this point for the season, everybody just get back to healing. What I want to see for the future is for these next few games. Hey, look, we should just go ahead and just let everybody, all the young players play. At this point, there's nothing else that we can lose. I mean, put all the young players in, make sure that they go ahead and get themselves together. And then go ahead about their business. And then if they don't work out, then hey, at least you know what's going on. One player in particular that I'm thinking about, Ben Sinnott. We don't know shit about him other than he can block his ass off. He's a great blocker. But what else can you do for me? I want to see him as a pass catcher. Look, Zach Ertz, thank you for putting in work and everything. We appreciate you, man. But at this point, I need to see what's not Colson Yankoff. We already know what John Bass is. Put Ben Sinnott in there so I can know what the hell I got. Do I need to go ahead and draft a tight end for next year, or do I not? I need to know something. I'm not saying that he's gonna have a all-star caliber second half of the season or whatever, but I mean, damn it, let me see something. And then you get to a point to where, like another one, McGee, we're getting all the tape that we need to know on McGee this year. Kay Madrano, put him in the game more often. What else do we have to lose? Seriously, there's nothing else to worry about at this point. Jalen Lane, put his ass in there. Make sure that he's going out there catching passes and stuff like that. It's so much going on right now. It's just like, come on, man. We can do better. And here's the thing, just doing better is just like, hey, letting the young players play so we know what the fuck we got by next year. It's just like, man, it's man. But yeah, that's pretty much why I feel about this bye week and everything. But we have to have a serious talk about some other things. And that is with Terry McLaurin and JD5 possibly coming back week 13 against the Broncos. And one thing that in the comment section, I forgot to say it because we had technical difficulties earlier. Lucy White says, should Jaden Daniels play again this year or sit? What's your opinion? Here's my opinion. Sit his ass. You have a good offensive line. You have no receivers because they're always hurt. Debo ain't what he is because he's hurt. And he can sit there and tell us that, hey, he's 100%. He's not. And even if he is 100%, he's not that same guy as the number one. He's a great number two receiver. But you need a number one receiver out there with him. You can't have Robbie Chosen out there as your number one option. You can't be out there with Jalen Lane, who is trying to find himself as a receiver, as your third option. I mean, no. He is not the same right now. I think that he should just sit down. Terry McLaurin, dude, at this point, man, you only played what, 3 games? 3, maybe 4. Sit down, dude. Just call it a season. You got your payday. So next year, just go in here, make sure that you get yourself together for next year. There's nothing that, I mean, we can't even root for your 1,000-yard season now because you got hurt. It is what it is. So you got your bread, sit down. I don't want both of y'all coming back at all. We don't need any more injuries, especially because, I mean, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of this. And here's the thing. I believe in I believe in God. And I also believe that God gives you, and if you don't believe in it, that's all well and good. But I also believe that there's a higher calling that says like, hey, I'm only going to tell you a few times to stop that shit. JD got hurt once. He was out for a couple games. JD got hurt again. He was out for a couple games. JD almost broke his fucking elbow. It went the opposite way. It went, and then his elbow is going this way when it should go this way. Fortunately, with no structural damage. Sit his ass. Don't bring him back. I don't need anything. I don't need him coming back. The season's done. Even if you get to the play, I'll even say, you know what? If we have hope to where it comes to a point to where it's like, you know what? We got the team together, and we finally got a playoff team. They get for some strange reason they get the playoffs. What are they going to do in the playoffs? Because that defense is still atrocious. You don't have what's the name, receivers there. You don't have everything together. At this point, it's not worth it anymore. Let it go. Just let it go. And I'm fine with it. I made peace with it. I'm on Tankathon every week now. I want to see who's. I'm at this point. I'm starting to look at Commander. Bring John. I might bring John and possibly John from Ball in the Burgundy and Rico from Street Scores to go ahead and tell me some guys that we should be looking at in the draft at this point. it's a disappointing time to be a Commanders fan. We thought that we had Super Bowl aspirations only for it to crumble. So I mean, it is what it is at this point. I've made peace with it, and I'm okay. Just getting into the next thing. So who's to blame for this? I mean, it's a plethora of things that we could be looking at as that's the reason why. You have a tough schedule. You have injuries, player regressions, questionable front office and coaching. In the comment sections, tell me what you think as far as why do you think that the season actually went the way that it did? Is it the injuries? Is it the tough schedule, player regression, front office moves, coaching? You tell me what you guys think. If you're asking me, I have to put it in this I put it in this order. I'll put it first off the injury bug, because I mean, let's keep it a buck. The injury bug right now is the MVP of the season, and I've been saying this since week 3. You know, I said it to myself since week 3, but it's constantly been on one the whole entire time. Since then, we've had players either hurt or injured for the whole season. And that's just what it is at this point. It's just like, dude, at this point, man, just let it go. Let it die. I'm ready to just let it go with as far as that. I mean, the season got cut short because the injury bug. When it comes down to what's next, I don't say all of front office, but I definitely say coaching. Yeah, defensive just, I mean, you giving up 4 to 5 weeks of just ass defense, getting beat by double digits. Yeah, that's not cool. That right there. And I mean, we even look at it as far, and then I put the last up for regression. A lot of these players regress. One in particular, Quan Martin. We were told that he was supposed to be the next one up. We were told he was going to be the one, and he was going to have a great bounce back season after the one he just had. Turns out he should have just kept his damn shoulders fucked up, because that was the only good thing about when his shoulders was jacked up. He was playing great. Now he can't take. He can't. He's bad in coverage. He's bad on what's his name? Just finding those angles to make tackles. He doesn't make good tackles at all. Everything is bad, and it's just like, man, what the hell just happened? Another person who regressed, and I mean, and I'm gonna give him his 3rd year, but Jazon Newton, he has not shown me anything. I want so much for this kid. I genuinely want him to be successful, but what has he done? And the one thing that I can remember offhand that he did when he sacked Patrick Mahomes, he threw him down to the ground. They gave him and you know you can't do that with Patrick Mahomes. You can't do it with him. Mikey Sanders still. One person who's hurt is hurting my heart seeing him go the way that he is. I don't know what's going on with him. I do know that, yes, you lead the team in interceptions, but you getting burnt. We talking, for those of you in the DMV area that know, David Haynes, burnt toast and coffee time every single time we see you. You getting roasted, toasted, burned to a crisp. Like, dude, shout out to Salute Your Shorts if you know what that is. So, what's his name? Yeah, man, it's a lot to just deal with. The regression, the injuries, the coaching on some things. And it's just like, dude, like, what the hell is going on? Like, legit, what is going on? Like, we were just in a better situation last year. And then shit just got bad. And then it got you thinking about, like, well, hey, do we have a good evaluator in AP? Serious questions. Like, I mean, do we actually is he actually a good can he pick a team good now? Like what's going on with him? I mean, you sit there and look at all the draft picks that we had. I mean, you had the offensive guard that we picked last year. His name is eluding me right now, so please bear with me. He's not even starting now. You have what's the name? You have other situations with just like I just said, Jazon Newton. We don't know anything. Like he has not. Now I understand his rookie year he had injuries. His second year is going. I need to see what you're going to do by your third year. Mikey Sanders still. We thought that everything was going to be good with him. Turns out that his second season is playing like ass. I mean, but his first season, we had so much. I mean, it is so much looking good for him. Brandon Coleman is what I was trying to say as far as with the offensive lineman. So, yeah. Luke McCaffrey is actually showing us something, but then he got hurt. Great kickoff returner. He's established himself as a good number 3 receiver. And everything was looking good. Then he hurt his shoulder. And he's out for the collarbone. And now he's out for the year. And then you got who was the other one? We released Dominique. So I mean, that's that there. And then we look at it as far as like another player that we picked up, Ben Sinnott. Like I said, great blocker. What else can he do? You get 1 touchdown or you get like 3 catches a year. What do you fucking do? What else can you do for me? But I do think that falls on coaching as well. Like at some point, you got to put these players in so we can see what the fuck they got. Even this year. Now he's gone through the ups and downs with Mike Connolly Jr. He's been battle tested, and I mean he's showing improvement. I give him that. Trey Amos, he was probably the best pick that we had this whole entire offseason as far as in the draft. Kane Madrano, we don't know nothing because they don't want to put him out there. At this point, just put him out there so we can see what we got. Jalen Lane showed some bright spots, but for the most part, he ain't looking that good. But he's a rookie, so I give him a pass. And even looking at as far as Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. At some point, you need to block for him and see. And there's been times on him that where it's like, dude, you're being a little too shifty and you're trying to make a play out of nothing. But for the most part, I will say this. It's not going to be, number one, it's just a bad year this year. And unfortunate events just makes it to where it is right now. But also, we got to look at it from the standpoint of this. Not every pick is going to be a home run. You got one with JD. He's a slam dunk, home run, whatever big football, what's the name, sports pun you want to use. He's that guy. But then you also look at it from the standpoint of this. Not everybody is going to go ahead and knock it out. Name one GM who gets 75% of his draft picks to turn out great every year. Don't worry, I'll wait because he doesn't exist. You just pray to go ahead and get 30% of the guys that you picked up in the draft to turn out pretty good. And that's just what it is. So at this point, we just need to know, like, hey, look, man, I just need you to try to go ahead and pick the best one. And here's the thing, even as far as AP with the trades, you have the situation as far as like, oh, yeah, well, Lattimore didn't do good and everything. We needed a cornerback. Let's keep it a buck. We all wanted a cornerback because we knew Benjamin St-Juste wasn't getting it. Emmanuel Forbes wasn't getting it. We needed one. Now, unfortunately for us, Emmanuel Forbes is doing very well over in fucking LA. Because, I mean, what the hell? Where the hell did he come from? Benjamin St-Juste is Benjamin St-Juste.
And unfortunately, because we went and got that guy who was actually pretty damn good in New Orleans, and he flustered over here. He did not have a good year. He looked iffy in the playoffs. And yeah, it was just a bad trade. It wasn't a bad trade at that time. It just we got the raw end of the stick. And because the Saints are who they are, we really ain't gonna. They didn't win They didn't win the trade either. They got them off the books, so I mean, they haven't done anything with those picks yet. So I mean, remains to be seen. But then you got to look at it from the standpoint of that. That shit ties into it to where player regression is a question now. You put your GM puts the coach there to make sure that they could be on the same page, to make sure that everything will turn out great. But also the coaches need to make sure that these players do not regress, they progress, and make sure that they go ahead and become the stars that they could be. Ben Sinnott, I'm going to keep on yelling this from the top. Why isn't Ben Sinnott used that much? Use him more often, not just on fucking run plays and try to block and everything. We know he's a good blocker. I need to see what he's like when he's catching. What does he do? Even if he's slow, let me see something. And then you got the other situation to where it's just like, hey, Kane Madrano, put him out there. I need to see some form of speed. Even if you get burnt on the play, hey, we got this on tape. We can see what we can do in certain situations with you now. And let's go ahead and evaluate this. How can we build from this? What's the name? Because Bobby Wagner ain't going to be here next year. Zach Ertz ain't going to be here next year. McGee is putting all of his stuff on tape right now. And he's showing bright spots. But also it's like, dude, I need to see more. And we're only going to be able to see more because he's playing more. I do think as far as like some situations to where it's just like coaching is put them in bad situations, especially with I refuse to think that Mikey Sanders still, it just went from really good in the first year to just ass in the next. I think it's a situation where it's just like, hey, this team is just going through it right now with some of the coaching, and everything is just not working out for the best. So, I mean, that's what I think. You're not putting some of these players in the best situations. But when you do put them in the best situations, then, hey, they flourish. We were sitting there talking about, like, earlier this year. I want to see what Jazon Newton's going to do. I think that he's going to have a breakout year. Where's Jazon Newton been? Because I'm still looking for him. But then we were also the same ones who came over there and said Luke McCaffrey wasn't going to be shit this year. Why do we even have him? He was going to be the next Ryan Grant. And then he turned out to be a pretty fucking good receiver. And I mean, he's not a Nepo baby. He's actually put in some good plays this year. Kickoff return, fabulous. I mean, he's looking really, really good. At some points, I was even thinking like all pro even. Because whenever he gets the kickoff, we're always starting at the 40. Then you look at it from the standpoint of where he's actually building himself to be a really good receiver, a really good number 3 receiver. And that's another person that you could use for next year. So, I mean, I think it's a mixture of coaching and some of the situations that they're put in. But also, like, you have guys like I said earlier, Quan Martin. Like, what the hell? We need to make sure that we can try to just like I said, the bye week has come at this point. We need to reevaluate everything. And yes, that's even if that means if we lose every single game for the rest of the year, Dan Quinn got to get evaluated. But I'm not going to say as far as like, hey, fire him and anything like that. You got one more year to just show me something. Because that first year, you took us to the NFC Championship, so I'm giving you that. But I also got to look at it from the standpoint of this. You're currently right now on track to lose 12 straight games. And it's not looking good for you. So I want to see how this is going to go ahead and look at the end of the season. And we'll reevaluate it by then. But until then, guys, my apologies for the whole entire situation with this, with the technical difficulties. Hopefully next time we won't have to go through that mess anymore. But for those who were here, who stuck around, or you can just come back on playback and watch it again and see what's going on. Appreciate you coming in. Be sure before you leave, please make sure you hit that like, comment in the comment section, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell notification. So this way you can be abreast of what's next and help me grow so I can do more. So guys, thank you for staying in. Thank you for watching. And as always, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.